Ilya K probably needs to keep in the permafrost because of how much of a threat the large overwhelm units are. Like, these are actually pretty good here. Traditionally, you don't think it, but you really do have to approach this as more of an Elysian mid-range versus Shimmer Pack matchup than a Shimmer Pack versus Shimmer Pack matchup.
And in the same vein, the Scorpion Wasps are probably important to deal with the Sandstorm Titans. But then you've got, decays for the various obelisks, and potentially something fancy like crystallizes of his own to push through in the mirror.
I don't know if I bring in that many decays in this matchup, just because your opponent's only even playing three obelisks and is likely to have taken out. Like, they only had one permafrost main deck anyway, so maybe bringing some amount of decays. But I think I saw Ilya with the full 3, and that might be excessive. I know some people think it's important to hit, but I don't know how important it is actually here.
Well, we'll have to see how it goes out. These guys, they move fast, and we're right back into it. We've got another super awkward hand from aReNGee, where seats combine with monuments and diplomatic seals to not really work all that well.
But he's still going to be able to cast the false prince on time, so not a big deal in regards to that. But then he's giving up on being able to cast the 4-drops on time.
Ilya K is a turn slow, drawing a depleted but much needed seat, and now has to go. At least he can go Acolyte into permafrost here, and not be too far behind on board.
And aReNGee choosing that it's more important to get this prince down as soon as possible rather than getting down 4-drops as soon as possible. Awkwardly drawing all of his Xenon obelisks this game without really a lot of units to show for it.
The decays are going to be good if Ilya K really did bring in 3 this game, potentially.
Yeah. So aReNGee really far behind right now, and trying to playing down the Disciple to go wide and stop some things. Ilya's got Wump and Scouting Party in hand, but opting to go with the Obelisk instead here and hit. I think the Crystallize made a harsh impression on him from last game and wants to just find the opportunity to get this first Obelisk down as soon as possible.
Oh, well. Interesting. Doesn't slam the Scouting Party there from aReNGee's side. That would be playing the first of many obelisks. I guess he is aware of the crystallizes in Ilya K's own sideboard and wants to protect those. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
But now the party might be getting started. Yep, there's the 6th hour. Boy, oh boy. Snowballs to the face, Shimmer Pack in hand, another Scouting Party in hand. Ilya is just going off.
Wump on its own is not a very good card, but Wump, when you cast Scouting Party, is one of the better combos in the game.
So now it just gets to decide, how do I want to win this game? Because I just drew Backlash, another Wump. I've got my second Scouting Party. I've also got Shimmer Pack. He can kind of end this as quickly or slowly as he wants to.
I'm going to be disappointed if he doesn't toss everything but the Wump and then throw another Scouting Party for lethal.
aReNGee, I think, basically has to play Sandstorm Titan and a Polymorph here on... opts to put it on the Sandstorm Titan instead of the Wump. It's like Wump's already done his damage, I guess.
The bad news is party started but not finished.
Yeah, so Ilya here can just play another Scouting Party. It does 4 to the face and makes him have to block with a lot of things. He could just play Wump and basically guarantee the Scouting Party kills next turn. It's not like crystallizes the danger of killing him, but yeah, he's just going to draw a bunch more cards.
I think you just Scouting Party and set up the Shimmer Pack lethal. Basically, crystallize is basically the only out.
I think also just Wump holding up both Scorpion Wasp and Backlash is totally justifiable here too. Like, you're so far ahead, there's a million different ways to end this game. It doesn't matter.
All right, we're
good. Hand size, the best feeling in the world, provided it's because you drew a lot of power. Didn't draw a lot of. And while aReNGee gets to show off his double obelisk.
All of the obelisks. We're a little bit low on video at the moment, but I think we can all imagine how this game's going to end. Even if we don't quite get to see.
aReNGee just debating on how he wants to make this attack. Opts to not attack with anything. And yeah, there's a million different ways Ilya win here. Valor J has no cards in hand and it's completely tapped out. Opts to play double obelisk and swing with a bunch of 80. Totally reasonable.
All right, we're
All
back.
right, so we are evened up now. Ilya took that one. Wumped his way to a win, and yeah, here we go. Best of the three for a decent amount of the marbles here. Not all of them. All of them will come. Looks like they're just running it back.
Not super ideal.
Valor J thinking about.
We lost you.
I'm out or who?
Oh no. Okay, we have you back.
Yeah, I'm here. Good. Good.
What happened here?
All right. So
We have some.
interestingly enough, Valor J did keep in the permafrost. I saw that.
The singleton?
Yeah, the one of permafrost still in the deck. Here we go. Game 3, match point. Who gets the play? Who gets the draw? Iliak gets the play and ships the 0 power hand. Valor J is on the draw with a 2 power hand. And I think you got to ship that with a 6 drop and some 4s. Could keep it. It's any power gets you basically the turn 3 false prince, but ships it, finds the lightning storm that they brought in, and draws a crystallize, but has no pressure to go with it. So Valor J is hoping to find some of that. Iliak, in the meantime, has 2 power, a Talir's favored, and the Talir's favored cannot last. The Wumps are ready to start some parties, but you got to find the power for them. Uh-oh. We've got a game with nothing going on. Iliak's stuck on power, but luckily Valor J cannot punish him in any way for it. Valor J opting to not play the Scorpion Wasp there into a Xenon Obelisk, instead playing the Xenon Obelisk first. And Ilya continues to not draw power, and I think Valor J recognizes, okay, it's time to put some sort of clock here. Ilya finds a power. It is a time sigil, gets to unlock the next time sigil, and now the party gets started. We kind of started this game about 6 turns later than maybe some people thought we were going to. I guess Valor J was hesitant to play the Wasp because you had Lightning Storm in hand, and now plays the Sandstorm Titan, which grounds the Wasp. All right, and there's Banner. This power party is a little awkward with a Lightning Storm in hand. I think you just. Oh, I don't know about this. I think I just shoot off a Lightning Storm and get in for 6 instead of swinging with the Wasp. But now you don't have to Lightning Storm because the Lightning Storm target's gone. So instead you opt to party into Crystallize. Yeah, that's pretty. Huh.
All right. We are
The
down
action's coming fast here.
we are down a hand cam, and we are down Iliak's video feed, which I've been unable to retrieve. But the good news is we're back to being able to see the game from Valor J's perspective.
Okay, Iliak's got a lot of spells in hand, and Valor J's drawing a lot of spells this turn.
Yes.
So Valor J is going to be able to get his units out of Lightning Storm range next turn, which is absolutely massive. And just played a huge 6/6 overwhelm. So even though Iliak managed to kind of get out of that power starvation mode relatively unscathed, it still meant that Valor J got to cast the first party. Yeah, and get to 8 power. And when Lightning Storm's a one-sided wrath,
Lightning Storm, Crystallize, take your pick.
Yeah, Lightning Storm gets backlashed, and Valor J goes, I also have Crystallize. GG. Back over there. If that Primal Sigil was a time sigil, it would have been a very different game, but not the case. And Valor J got to eventually draw into leverage. For a while there, he just had no pressure, and the scouting party showed up just in time to really end the thing.
Okay. So there you have it. Ilya K, our first round feature, is now defeated by Valor J, who ever since that 2 hour, he waited 2 hours, I think, for his round three losers bracket match, and since then has just been tearing it up, just slaughtering people left and right, and has fought his way into the top four.
Yeah, I guess the field wasn't quite ready for the number of 5-5 overwhelms that he's been throwing at them.
Yeah. Do we have any match results from our other losers bracket match?
Let's find it.
Which was Jello Moose versus Impulse.
Impulse, yeah, we've got Jello Moose 1-2-0.
Wow. So we're mixing it up. Two of the shimmer packs have fallen, and our top of the table is a Xenon deck and a Combre aggro deck. So I think with that, all of the shimmer pack decks are done. We had four
there's
enter the
still
top
a
eight.
copy of Shimmer Pack, but it's not 2 or 3. It's
Wow.
just one. There's not even a pack of Shimmers to be seen anymore.
The more I see that deck, the less and less it looks like a shimmer pack deck to me.
It's a Legion mid range.
Yeah.
So it's not true.
So four entered, and well, most of them are gone in the top eight. So Shimmer Pack, despite being the highest represented deck, got some got very deep in the tournament, but it will not take this tournament unless aReNGee continues his crusade, in which case a single copy may take the tournament, but otherwise, very interesting. Four players left,
Mm-hmm.
4 different decks.
Okay, so up next is going to be the Jello Moose aReNGee match, or what do we got? You've got that, and Smoone's still waiting for the.
Well, he will be our. Oh, I just said aReNGee. I didn't say that he wins. Oops. So next up will be Jello Moose versus aReNGee, I believe. Sounds right. So we'll take a short break while we get both of those guys in here, and then we'll be right back with the match. 2, 1. Hey guys, we're back. We are in the top 4 of our Eye of Winter Classic. 61 players entered. I think 53 made it through check-in, and 4 yet remain. A single copy of Shimmer Pack remains, and 4 other archetypes: Rakano, Xenon, Elasian, and Combray. No Feln. Feln is the only one not making an appearance, alongside Stone Scar, I suppose, if we count Xenon as an enemy archetype. We've talked to death about aReNGee's innovative deck that he's playing on here, so we'll just take a quick look at Jelomoose's Rakano deck to confirm that, yes, this is a Rakano deck, while our players get into it. Any comments that we want to make about this one before we hop in? Maybe about the matchup against Elasian midrange in general?
Yeah, this is interesting because this deck has way more answers to false prints than the rest of the field has in terms of Torch answers false prints. Vanquish only shrinks it. It does still line up well against, at least as a blocker. You can't really do the neat trick of, I don't know. False prints is a really interesting card in this match.
Finest Hour you can use.
Yeah, Finest Hour. There's some weird stuff going on here, right? It'll be interesting to see. I mean, we didn't really see much of false prints in the last match anyways. It's only 4 cards, but I mean, yeah, Elysian midrange has traditionally been very good against Rakano. Now, this is not traditional Elysian midrange where it's playing a bunch of Cersos and Carnosaurs. So it's not going to have quite the easy matchup that traditional midrange has had. Stuff like the main deck Crystallize is negative here rather than a boon as it was in the last match.
No, not so many permafrost to slow down the early units, so we'll have to see how it goes. But generally, if Rakano can't get rolling, it'll stumble and run into the Great Wall of Sandstorm Titan.
Yep. So let's get to the game. Let's get to the match. No point talking about it. We've seen these decks. Let's just get the cards on the table. I think they're waiting still to challenge. Somebody tell them.
I'll poke Jello directly. Go, 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 go. Sorry,
Go,
guys.
go,
We're trying to get you through this as fast as possible. It's been a 7-hour stream, and we're almost at the end. We're going to find out our grand winner very soon. All right. Jelomoose is discovering the meaning of the word go 50 times. It does, in fact, mean start.
Yeah.
So this is actually an excellent time to mention that Jelomoose sponsored this event, has submitted most of the prizing that you've got here, and is now trying to win it all back. I'm not exactly sure how sporting it is, but you can be sure that all the tournament results are going to be up on his website, eternaldeck.cards, which you should definitely check out as it's a fantastic resource. And I'm sure that he would also want you to know that the tournament results are also going to be on my own website, aReNGee Eternal, which is an even better resource that you should check out. We had some time, so I figured I'd do a bit of salesmanship.
Hey, yeah, no problem with that. I guess I could mention I have a stream and it's kind of cool. But let's talk about this game instead.
All right, we're getting into it. And our stream is all over the place.
We've got Jelomoose versus aReNGee and playing Eternal. Oh boy. So let's see here. aReNGee is got a hand with a lot of power and none of it is prime.
No blue. So
no primal to be seen. Where?
So it occurs to me that this guy's not Jelomoose, and we're looking at aReNGee's hand twice. Fire the production staff, they're terrible.
I was going to say, I can't get Jelomoose. I don't see him. So we're just watching this from one side right now. That's okay. We'll have the mystery of what's going on in Jelomoose's. In the meantime, aReNGee, we'll pretend we're aReNGee, and we're just playing the spells we can cast and praying that we find a primal source. And in the meantime, I'm going to try and beat the hell out of Jelomoose and hope that they don't.
All right.
That's all for. Maybe we were too excited to get into this game and forgot about the whole thing.
Potentially. I'm hopeful that Jelomoose clicks the accept button and we can get into it. All right. Sorry, guys. We had a bit of a miscommunication. Me and John must continue to not be on the same page, as when I say that we're going to watch the stream, he thinks that means we're watching the other guy.
Yeah. I don't even see him. Oh, there we go. Anyways,
All right.
so yeah, Jelamoose is paused because RNG is bothering him in the middle of a game,
How rude. Trying to get his stuff up on screen.
hitting A in space.
Interestingly, here's one of the places where the what's it called, the friendly wisp is pretty good against that little familiar.
Oh, diplomatic seal with the ultimate tease cannot produce a primal source here. It's at least undepleted power, but oh boy, there's a lot of upside to playing diplomatic seal, but that downside just real bad.
Oh boy, we might be seeing a plated up familiar very shortly, and
Oh
I don't like that attack. I guess that attack's okay since you're just trying to get the Warcry triggers.
yeah, if I'm aReNGee, I'd probably throw some extra units in front of there. And yeah, this game is not looking good for our valiant hero.
My kingdom for a primal sigil.
So so Jelamoose really has a plate and a power in hand, and that's about to happen, and this game's about to be over. Is that what's about to go on here?
Well,
That's a sigil. Still can't. I'm still in the blind on Jelamoose.
the problem with this plan is even
Yeah,
just drawing. He needs to draw a primal sigil, but then he's got an Aegis up unit to deal with, so the single permafrost
yeah.
isn't enough,
This is very over.
and he doesn't have the time to deploy the scouting party. So aReNGee is
This is very over.
gonna go down in defeat on this one.
Okay, so game two, we will have full coverage. I think we can make that.
Well, we're seeing this one. You may not be. And we get to see Rakano punish a stumbling draw very quickly. If this didn't go the distance, though, Jelmus didn't really have anything else in hand, so he's pretty
Okay.
lucky that he was able to establish that against aReNGee in the time that he did. Let's take a quick look at Jelomoose's sideboard since we've seen aReNGee's sideboard plan. He's got a lot of Relicate going on. The two Furnace Mages, the three Ruins, a bunch of Protects, which I imagine probably won't be coming in. There's not that much spot removal, just the few Permafrosts, and an extra Vanquish, which probably will. So, Rakano never really sideboards all that much. It's always just trying to tune itself to whatever it's playing against. And I imagine we'll see a bit of tuning there, and he'll get right back into it.
So confused. Somehow Jelamoose isn't even on my friends. All right, so we're fixing that. Didn't we watch them play earlier? I'm so confused. I literally watched it.
I don't want to tell you that it's that Jelamoose doesn't want to be friends with you, so I'm just going to say that he's still on my friends list, and I don't know what you're talking about.
I quit. I'm gone. I'm out. All right, so they're doing the sideboard thing, and I can't say anything interesting. There we go. Nope, I just said there we go.
You hoped it were true. All right. Well, they're going through sideboarding here. I will take a look at aReNGee's sideboard to see what he can do to fight back against the Rakano Menace. He's got another copy of Permafrost, which I imagine will come in. Lightning Storms are interesting. They're kind of give and take. They can take out some of the small units and the Aegis, but they don't help too much about the big ones, and they sweep away your blockers, which could be an issue. So whether or not he brings them in decides, or it determines how he wants to play the game. Teleport's pretty good against Rakano. The Scorpion Wasp is pretty good against Rakano as well, since only Torch can really protect them. Finest Hour and Protect can't. So
and they're quick draw units.
Yes.
Yes, it's a very good answer against the Aegis units with weapons, right? Very nice answer there.
So he has a few cards to bring in. But
visual and Jelamoose.
They're taking a long time to sideboard. I don't see any Ruins coming in. I see that Jello Moose has mixed premium Silverwing Familiars with regular Silverwing Familiars. An unpardonable offense. The
I don't
Furnace
even
Mage.
like premium Silverwing Familiar that much, honestly.
No, it
It's
doesn't look
just not
that
that
good.
good. Not that good.
Furnace Mages are in, but he hasn't gone all the way to the 1-for-1 ruins for the big blowout,
Oh,
which
protect.
makes sense.
Cutting Oni Ronins. Whoa. Some extreme things going on here. Furnace Mage is in. So he's going a bit bigger mid-range.
He's got a game plan, or at least is
The
trying
game
one
plan
out.
is beat them with Silver incessantly. Make sure you have removal for the dumb, large Sandstorm Titan that will ground your Silverwing.
Yeah, there's 4 vanquishes.
Yeah, this plan is beat them in the skies and protect that plan at all costs.
I guess I can just transition and we can watch him. Figured you were.
Looks like the players are just about ready for this game, I think. Mm-hmm. So Jello Moose is currently up 1 game. So he's hoping to close it, and Valor J is hoping to rally from the abyss and get 2 straight wins.
Yeah, I'm.
Loser leaves town, right?
This is the 4th place match essentially, not because the winner gets 4th place, but because the loser is unfortunately eliminated